Welcome back to the Daily Bitcoin 5. 5 stories every day that matter to Bitcoin. Today on the Bitcoin 5, strategy adds $450 million to USD cash reserves, extending dividend coverage to 20 months. Let's go. Before the stories, the Bitcoin price check. Current price, about $62,800. Bitcoin remains essentially flat over the past 4 days, less than 0.25%. But the longer timeframes tell a more sobering story. Down 5% from 4 weeks ago and 12.4% from 4 months back, BTC is stuck in a multi-month consolidation that's testing investor patience. Story 5. The 48 million token problem. Why alt season never came. The crypto market now hosts approximately 48 million tokens, up from 300,000 in 2021 and just 3,000 during the 2017 to 2018 cycle. This explosive dilution explains why many expected an alt season that never materialized, according to an analysis gaining traction in crypto circles. The thesis is straightforward. Exchanges prioritized listing high-volume shitcoins for fee revenue, retail bought the hype, suffered 90% losses, and subsequently quit. With liquidity spread impossibly thin across millions of tokens, the concentration of capital that drove previous altcoin rallies simply couldn't form. This is why Bitcoin's fixed supply is so paramount to the hard digital commodity, foundational to the digital monetary protocol. Story 4. Metaplanet Securities launches as Japan doubles down on Bitcoin. The company unveiled a new website and open newsletter registration for investors interested in following its Bitcoin treasury strategy. The move signals Japan's growing institutional embrace of Bitcoin corporate treasury strategies, following the playbook pioneered by Michael Saylor's strategy in the United States. Metaplanet has been steadily accumulating Bitcoin and positioning itself as Asia's answer to Western Bitcoin treasury companies. Story 3. The US House of Representatives will hold a hearing on the Crypto Clarity Act on July the 17th, just 4 days away. The legislation represents one of the most significant regulatory developments for the crypto industry, potentially providing clear frameworks for digital asset classification and oversight. The timing comes as the industry continues to push for regulatory certainty after years of enforcement-based regulation. The broader point is not the headline alone, but what it tells us about Bitcoin's place in the financial system. Story 2. Asian Markets Hemorrhage. $950 billion. After U.S. Iran strikes, Asian equities suffered a brutal sell-off following U.S. strikes on Iran, with over $950 billion wiped from regional markets. South Korea bore the brunt, with Kospi down 9.2%, losing $377 billion, while Japan's Nikkei dropped 2.7%, $236 billion, and China's SSE fell 2.3%, $210 billion. The geopolitical shock rippled through Taiwan, minus 3.1%, $127 billion lost. And India, minus less than half of 1%, $14.7 billion. When geopolitical risk cools, risk assets can breathe. When it returns, Bitcoin often becomes part of the global liquidity conversation. Story 1. Strategy adds $450 million to cash reserves. Notably absent from the announcement, any new Bitcoin purchases. This marks a strategic shift for the company that's become synonymous with aggressive Bitcoin accumulation. The move comes as speculation swirled about another massive Bitcoin buy, with hints from Saylor earlier this week driving engagement across Bitcoin Twitter. But the big picture remains key. By extending the USD cash reserve, today creditworthiness of STRC and the other preferred S will continue to grow, will allow strategy to buy more Bitcoin tomorrow. As we head towards the next bi-monthly record date for STRC, it will be fascinating to see how STRC trades over the next 48 hours. That's today's Bitcoin 5. Let me know your favourite story from today in the comments below, and subscribe now so tomorrow's update lands directly in your feed. I'll see you tomorrow.